Unit 3. What is the Unit 3 according to me? बोलिए। और क्या होगी? इवन इवन हो गया, उल्टा होगा तो ऑड ऑड हो जाएगी, i1 प्लस i2 हो जाएगा। वो तो अंडरस्टूड है ना। अगर इवन नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? ऑड होगा। दो ही चीजें हो सकती है ना, इवन और ऑड। ऑड होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? दैट विल बी i1 प्लस i2. Preferred mode will be i1 plus i2. That is Nordheim's rule. Nordheim's rule. Unit 3, nature of a strong force. Nature of a strong force or strong interaction. Nature of a strong force or strong interaction. A strong force is a new kind of force which is not a gravitational force. In nature there are, in mechanics we encounter a force called gravitational force. Weight लिखते हैं ना mg, m into g. What is g? Acceleration due to gravity. G is gm by r square, so it becomes gm by r square. So whenever two point masses interact with each other, the force is called gravitational force, always attracted. That is the subject matter of mechanics, which is classical physics. Good. If two charged particles interact, then there is a force, could be attraction or repulsion, depending upon the nature of charge. That is the subject matter of electricity and magnetism and other classical physics. Now another kind of force which is neither due to charge nor due to mass. That means it cannot be explained by mechanics, it cannot be explained by electricity and magnetism. New kind of interaction which is charge independent and mass independent. दो चीजें तो कह दिया, this is charge independent and mass independent. That kind of new interaction. So this is charge independent, mass independent. Already I have been giving you the example that in the Coulomb repulsion between two protons is 0.1 MeV, which is equal to very huge temperature, very high energy. So it is able to overcome, this interaction is able to overcome the Coulomb repulsion between two protons. So strongest 10,000 times more massive than the Coulomb repulsion. So it is the strongest known force in the nature. A strong force is called strong force because it is much more powerful than Coulomb repulsion between the protons, and definitely it is much more, 10 raised to power 40 times more powerful than gravitational interaction. So it is a charge. What kind of nuclear force? What are the characteristics of nuclear force? Charge independent. That means it does not arise due to charge. Mass independent, it does not arise due to mass. The strongest known force in nature. For example, EG means for example, the force which keeps nucleons together inside the nucleus. Force which keeps the nucleons together inside the nucleus is the example of, that is called nuclear force. The force which keeps the nucleons together is called nuclear force. And nuclear force is the example of a strong force. A strong force is a class. Nuclear force is its example. So charge independent, mass independent, strongest known force in nature. For example, force which keeps the nucleons together inside the nucleus is called nuclear force और स्ट्रॉन्ग न्यूक्लियर फोर्स. क्या कह सकते हैं इसको? ठीक है, समझ में आ गया. अदर थिंग, दिस फोर्स एक्स ओवर वेरी शॉर्ट डिस्टेंसेस. एक्स रेंज ऑफ द फोर्स इज स्मॉल. इट इज शॉर्ट रेंज force. It acts throughout the nucleus 10 raised to power minus 15 meters and within the nucleus also certain pockets. The force is short range force. Good. 1.7 Fermi. क्या रेंज है इसकी बताऊंगा. 1.7 न्यूक्लियर फोर्स की रेंज बता रहा हूँ. 1.7 to 2.2 Fermi. 1.7 to 2.2 Fermi. That kind of force it is. Short range force. This force satisfies saturation property. This force satisfies saturation properties. Saturation property and short range, both of them has to be understood in the same way. Both of them are connected. Saturation property means one nucleon interacts with neighboring nucleon and gets saturated. One nucleon, like one sphere, I have told you in the yesterday's class, if it is inside, how many spheres it can interact with? 12 spheres, and gets saturated. Then it need not interact with remaining A nucleons. It interacts with only immediate neighbors and gets saturated, satisfied. उसके आगे उसको interact करने की जरूरत नहीं. But that kind of interaction is prevalent amongst all nucleons. All nucleons can interact with its immediate neighbors except the nucleons which are on the surface. Good. So that is how strong interaction is short range. One interaction, one nucleon can interact with its immediate neighbors and gets saturated. So that is how the strong interaction is prevalent among us throughout the whole nucleus, but range is short and gets saturated. That is the third property, short range saturation. Fourth, this interaction is spin dependent. Spin dependent. What is spin dependent? Charge independent, mass independent, strongest known force in nature, short range force, saturation property, it is spin dependent, and non-central. The force is many of the times it is also called tensor force or exchange force. Or tensor force, or it is explained by what? Exchange force. Exchange force. Non-central, it is not a central force. It is not only the central forces are those forces which are depending upon the only distances. So they are not only depending upon distance coordinate, other coordinates also. There are 5. इसी को अलग भी कर सकते हैं. Strongest known force तो 6 भी कर सकते हैं. The sixth property. That is how only 5 standard properties are there. Everything I have written. Charge independent, mass independent, short range, saturation property, spin dependent, non-central nature. Good. सब कुछ बता दिया. अलग अलग करके पॉइंट में लिखना पड़ता है. With all the elaborations I have done. That is the nature of a strong force or a strong nuclear force. One example of nuclear force, I have told you that a strong force is the nuclear force which keeps the nucleons together. This force is 10 raised to power 4 times more heavier than electromagnetic force and 10 raised to power 40 times more stronger than gravitational force. 10 raised to power 40 times more stronger than gravitational force. 10 raised to power 14 times more stronger than weak interaction. Another kind of interaction is the weak interaction. So what are the standard examples of a strong force? One is the nuclear force, other one is the production of strange particles. Whenever strange particles are produced, that reactions are also strong interaction. Strange particle production. What are the examples of strong forces? Where the strong interaction occurs? Forces means here broader term in the quantum mechanics is interaction, strong interaction. When I say strong interaction, nucleons inside the nucleus act by strong interaction and the production of strange particles. This reaction goes by only strong interaction. If a strong interaction is not, then this reaction does not take place. Production of strong interaction is accompanied only by strong interaction. तो strange particle क्या क्या है याद रख लो. कैपा मेसन, कैपा लैम्डा, सिग्मा, जाई, ओमेगा. 5 category of particles. These 5 category of particles are called strange particles. We will talk in due course of time. Characteristic of strong force is clear. What is the characteristic of strong force? This was explained by Yukawa. Origin of strong nuclear force. Now I have talked about what is strong force. Try to understand, I am explaining nuclear force as an example of a strong force. Good. So Yukawa is explaining only strong nuclear force. He is not giving the theory of strong force. Try to understand. A strong force is an exchange force. I have given you another example of a strong force, production of strange particles. Correct? So strong force is a class. Two examples I have just given. There could be many other examples also of the strong interaction. So Yukawa's Mason theory for origin of what does it explain? Origin of strong nuclear force. Yukawa's Mason theory for strong nuclear force. How does a strong nuclear force arises? So inside the nucleus is what? Neutron and proton, proton and proton, and neutron and neutron. These combinations could be there. Nucleus contains neutron and proton. So interaction could be neutron and proton, could be proton and proton, could be neutron and neutron. Similar kind of interaction between all of them. Similar, attractive. अच्छा एक बड़ी बात रह गई इसमें 6 प्रॉपर्टी में. That interaction is attractive. That interactions over the short range, that interaction is attractive. Most important. 6th point वही करा 6 point है. It is attractive. Strong interaction is an attractive interaction. That is how proton and proton repulsion will occur. That is Coulomb repulsion. That is electromagnetic interaction. But between proton and proton, if it is attraction, that is the strong interaction. That is why proton and protons are held up together. Strong interaction. So I have to explain that between force between either neutron and proton or neutron and neutron or proton and proton, which is attractive, short range, saturation, those forces are strong forces. Strong forces are short range. So there could be some range of this force which will be keep attractive between proton and proton. Range of the force I could have called R. Range of the force between neutron and neutron I would have called R dash. Here between neutron and proton also I would have called something. Those values will be turning out to be between 1.7 and 2.2 Fermi. Good. The nature of this interaction is attractive, short range, saturation. Okay, and different from Coulomb repulsion, different from due to mass. Because between proton and proton there is a Coulomb repulsion. Coulomb repulsion is 0.1 MeV, but still we are able to overcome, and that is why proton and protons are inside the nucleus. Good. So I have to explain the force between them. For that thing, he gave the great idea of exchange forces. Forces theory, how the force arises, and force in quantum physics or advanced physics is the field. Every force produces its field, because field is nothing force per unit like in electricity. If the force is electromagnetic force or Coulomb force, then field is called electromagnetic field. F by Q. So field is nothing force per unit quanta. Gravitational field, gravitational force, then gravitational field GMM by R square. Then I will call per unit mass. Force experienced on unit mass is called gravitational field. Similarly, force per unit quanta of strong interaction will be strong force. Every force creates its own field. So that is why we call force field. Typically every force is having its field. So we give the origin of not force. Broader term is force field. How force field is created. That force, whatever the force and influence in some region in the space, that is called field. So how the strong force field is created, that is what is theoretically explained by Yukawa's theory. So he says that all the properties which I have mentioned will be explained by them. If I take that neutron is surrounded by charge cloud of some particle is visualizing, because force between neutron and proton, and he says that, extends that logic that neutron and proton are interconvertibles. Inside the nucleus, neutron and protons are there, and neutrons and protons are interconvertibles. That is how beta decay can be also explained. That whenever beta decaying nucleus, Z becomes Z plus 1 or Z becomes Z minus 1, keeping the mass number intact, was called beta decay. It could be beta minus emission or beta plus emission, or K-cell electron capture, that would have been also called beta decay. So all of those things could be explained only when inside the nucleus we assume that one of the neutron converts into proton or one of the protons converts into neutron. So that is already in order to explain the beta decay, that presumption has already been in circulation, that neutron and protons inside the nucleus, outside they are not convertible, but inside the nuclear field in the presence of a strong force, they are interconvertibles. Neutron and protons, that beta particles are contained within the nucleus. So from the same logic he is saying that neutron and proton or proton and proton, neutron is surrounded by, and another region we have extended that neutron is having, experimental region is that neutron is having negative magnetic dipole moment. The magnetic moment of dipole was minus 1.91 mu1, correct? Minus 1.91 mu1. G experimentally had turned out to be 2.82. 2.82 G था from NMR, and that mu1 has turned out to be minus 1.91 mu1. When would have normal thing would have expected 0, but magnetic moment of neutron was turning out to be minus. Neutron is a neutral particle, but it is negative magnetic dipole moment, and negative magnetic dipole moment must be, that means within the neutron there must be some kind of negative charge which is neutral. Everybody knows that neutron is a neutral. So we explained it that it is having, it is due to internal structure of neutron. Knowing all those theories which were in circulation during that time, जैसे बता दिया कि how beta decay, I will explain that neutron is converted into proton or proton is converted into neutron in beta plus emission, and these things he explains that neutron, that origin of the force in terms of exchange theories. He proposes the theory to be why, how the force originates. Region of the force is change of momentum. Force means what? Rate of change of momentum, and force per unit quanta is called field. So that is how field would have been. If the force would be explained, field will be explained. So field, main logic for the explanation of the field, I am saying that field is arising due to what? Change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum will give rise to a strong field. So momentum will be exchanged between neutron and proton. Momentum will be exchanged between proton and proton. Momentum will be exchanged between neutron and neutron. That is how the force between neutron and neutron, proton and proton, and neutron and proton will arise. Good. So how the momentum will be exchanged? How momentum change will take place between these two, any two category of pair of particles, which will give rise to strong interaction. Good. So main logic is momentum exchange, momentum transfer. Rate of change of momentum will give rise to force. For this thing to create momentum transfer, he says, he originates the exchange theories. Later on, all forces, all interactions, electromagnetic, weak, strong, all of them are now explained by what? Exchange forces. They are treated as what? Exchange forces. So he lays down the foundation of exchange theory. समझ में आया main logic? Force is always transfer of momentum per unit rate of transfer of momentum. So how the momentum will be exchanged between neutron, proton, 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 or this basic physics is taking care of. By applying the basic physics, he is explaining the origin of a strong force with the said properties which I have mentioned between these. So if I take the properties N and P, how the force will arise between neutron and proton? I am saying that neutron is surrounded by negative charge cloud of a particle called pi meson. We will name that particle pi meson. Why I am going to call it is mesons? Because mesons are particles whose spins are 0. Mesons are those particles whose spins are 0. And whenever I will explain beta decay or something, spin was already conserved in that process. So, but other things were not conserved. In order to non-conservation of that thing, the particle exchange must be. Here he is saying that particle, whatever is there, that particles are mesons, 0 spin particles. So neutron is surrounded by charge cloud of pi minus this mesons. Now he is proposing this. There is no one knows in the world this particle called pi meson. Try to understand. There is nothing called a particle called. It is coming from the mind of Vibhava that there is a particle called pi meson which is observed in two states, pi 0 and pi plus. An antiparticle of pi plus is pi minus. Pi and particle and antiparticles are having same mass. So pi plus mass will be same as pi minus. So it is observed in three different charge states. I could have called pi plus, pi minus, and pi 0. That is what Vibhava proposes. There is a particle called pi meson whose mass we will fix up. क्या करेंगे? We are going to fix up the mass of this particle knowing the range of this interaction. Force between similar particles, neutron and neutron, it is due to exchange of pi 0 mesons. Force between proton and proton, that is also exchange of pi 0 mesons. समझ में आया भैया? इनके बीच में जो particle exchange होगा pi 0 होगा, और neutron and proton, whatever the particle will be exchanged, that will be pi plus and pi minus. Try to understand. I can show it by the diagram. n ये p है आपका, अभी बताऊंगा आपको. This is p. Try to see. Let me make n. It is pi minus. n आएगा, ये दोनों बाहर जाएंगे आपको. ये देखो इस जंक्शन को सेटिस्फाई कर दिया मैं. n is what? n is coming to the junction. p and pi minus r. n is equal to p plus pi minus. From neutron was having p minus. Neutron is surrounded, देखो ऐसा समझ लो, neutron is surrounded by charge cloud of what? p minus, that is neutron. Proton is surrounded by charge cloud of p plus. They exchange. Proton takes proton captures 1 pi minus, or neutron gives 1 pi minus to it, converts into proton. n is p plus pi minus, correct? n is p plus pi minus. This junction is satisfied. Then pi minus, or I would have written this n is this, here also I would have said. यहाँ कह देता आपको, देखो ये क्या होता, n होता, n is coming. हाँ, इसमें p, हाँ सॉरी, इसमें p लिखूं, नहीं ठीक तो था, n p pi minus, that was correct. अब यहाँ पर आएगा, so p plus pi minus must be equal to n, ठीक तो है. This is correct. That is how this is Penman's diagram. I could have explained. So देखो in this junction n is p plus pi minus. Neutron has given pi minus, proton has snatched pi minus from the, proton has snatched pi minus from neutron. Neutron has given this p plus pi minus, and vice versa. This becomes your p plus pi minus is what? n. Proton, or vice versa ऐसे लिखता, p plus pi minus is n. Then same equations I could have explained by p plus also. n plus pi plus would have been p. ये मैंने डिफाइन किया है, सिंपली आई हैव डिफाइंड p plus pi minus is n. Proton has snatched pi minus from this. That is how this diagram explains. At this junction, neutron is coming. This is Penman's diagram. Penman's diagram for force between neutron and proton, which is arising due to exchange of pi minus and pi plus. This equation I have written. n is p plus pi minus, or vice versa I would have written. रिवर्स कर दूं इसको, अगर एरो नहीं लगाऊं, आई वुड हैव रिटन पाई प्लस पे लिखता तो क्या लिखता आपको? n would have been, this is p, it is n, p would have been your n plus pi plus. यहाँ पर क्या हो जाता आपका? n would have been your क्या नहीं, p, this is coming, 2 will come, n plus pi plus will be p, correct? n plus pi plus is p. That is also I would have explained. Pi plus and pi minus, both the diagram can be explained by this. The force between neutron and proton can be explained on the basis of sorry, they are all Penman's diagram. This is the range of the interaction. At this junction, यहाँ पर हमने कहा p is what? n plus. Neutron has snatched pi plus from the proton, and there is an exchange. That is how the exchange. कुछ नहीं लिखता, इसी के ऊपर लिख देता, एरो नहीं बनाता. Both the diagrams I could have coupled into single one. Here I would have, समझ में आया भैया? pi minus pi plus. एरो हटा दिया मैंने. I have made the correct diagram. Correct? Try to understand. I have made the diagram whatever I have to make. But by the single stroke I am explaining force between neutron and proton is arising due to exchange of pi plus pi minus. Neutron is surrounded by the charge cloud of pi minus. Proton is surrounded by the charge cloud of pi plus. Neutron is surrounded by the charge. Diagram बना दिए वही. That those are the only diagrams it has to be made. They are called. They are not my diagrams. Whose diagrams? Feynman's diagram. They have been made into the book. That is the range of the interaction. That is the range of the interaction. So force between, जैसे मैंने एकदम सही एरो के साथ बनाया था आपको, न्यूटन था P प्लस पाई माइनस, यहाँ पर आपको ऐसे एरो कर दिए थे मैंने आपको. Same equation I have written on it. So this is N is surrounded by, neutron is surrounded by charge cloud of pi minus. Proton is surrounded by charge cloud of pi plus. When this is the internal structure of neutron, as a whole electrically it remains electrically neutral, but surrounded by charge cloud of negative pi mesons. Due to this, it is having negative dipole moment also, but here nothing to do with that. That was separate explanation. That is the internal. When I say internal structure of neutron is responsible for negative dipole moment, then I mean by this theory. So now what? Neutron is having pi minus, proton is having pi plus. Neutron is having pi minus, proton is having pi plus. Negative and positives always attract each other, correct? So there will be always force of attraction. Proton will try to snatch pi minus, neutron will try to snatch pi plus. That is how, due to exchange of pi plus and pi minus between neutron and proton, strong nuclear force arises. Good. So he gives the analogy of two players playing with the balls. For repulsive force, if they are exchanging, throwing balls at each other, there will be repulsive force. If two people are playing with the game of balls and throwing balls at each other, and when they are throwing balls, one is throwing ball at the other is throwing ball at the other, then what will be their shape? They will be opposite. ऐसे pose लगेगा उन दोनों के बीच में, ऐसा pose लगेगा. This is the force of repulsion by throwing of the balls. This person throws a ball at this person throws the ball at this. But if they snatch balls with each other, snatch, that is also exchange. Then what kind of interaction could be? Strong interaction. Pi plus pi minus. That is why the pi plus pi minus has been proposed. It is having pi minus. So pi plus, proton will always try to snatch pi minus. Neutron will try to snatch pi plus. That is another means of exchange. So whenever they exchange pi plus and pi minus according to those diagrams, a strong force is created. Correct? That is a theory for exchange force. Exchange force arises. The force of interaction arises due to exchange of particles. Exchange of particles. These particles are hypothetical creation. These particles are, at the time in 1931 when the theory was there, these particles were not there. What is known? Range of this interaction is known. Range of this interaction is known. What is the range? Strong force. Force is there between neutron and proton, which is a strong force. This range is 1.7 Fermi to 2.2 Fermi. That is the characteristic. Whatever the range, 1.7 Fermi or 2.2 Fermi, that is the characteristic of this range. Good. Range I know. On the basis of range, we fix up the mass of exchange particle. On the basis of range, if I say range is R, you can fix up the mass of exchange particle from Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. From Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, mix mass of the exchange particle. और वैसे भी समझ सकते हैं, range is R. Range will be large if the mass of the exchange particle is small. Range of interaction will be large if the exchange particle's mass is small, can be thrown to the far off distances. But if the exchange particle is massive, then the range of interaction will be small. Correct? So range is inversely proportional to mass of the particle. Even my commonsensical observation tells me that range must be inversely proportional to mass. Heisenberg uncertainty principle has been in circulation that time, 1927. This is done in 1931. So take the help of the person who has become famous. So definitely Heisenberg has given the uncertainty principle, so fixes of the mass. That common sense has said that the range must be inversely proportional to mass. Good. So range is known, mass can be predicted, mass can be fixed. So he assigned the mass to these particles which has been proposed by him. This pi plus pi minus to explain the force between neutron and proton. जब तक मैं पाई प्लस और पाई माइनस नहीं कहूँगा, I cannot explain the strong force, attractive force. If I say it is negative charge cloud, N is negative, proton is positive, then proton positive always tries to attack the negative. That is why there has to be pi plus and pi minus. Proton is surrounded by pi plus. So two kind of mesons I have to propose, pi plus and pi minus. And for the neutral particles, similar kind of force is existing between neutron and neutron, then there must be pi 0. So I said then there are exchange of pi 0 between similar particles, neutron and neutron and proton and proton. So we are saying, so we are fixing up whatever the range between neutron and neutron, on that basis we will fix up the mass of pi 0, whatever the range of force of neutron and proton, we will fix up the range of mass of pi plus and pi minus. Both of them are pi plus and pi minus has of the same mass, so they have to be, one has to be particle, other has to be anti-particle. So when my particle and anti-particle are of the same mass, so to explain the force between neutron and proton, alag same diagram I have made by the same thing I have explained by other thing also, pi plus and pi minus, both of them should have the same mass to explain the origin of neutron and proton, force between neutron and proton. So I have used this already, I have done into the first sheet, delta E delta T by T h cross by 2. Here E क्या होता है, what is the energy of any particle? mc square. Energy in relativity is mc square. T कितना होगा? So I have used this already, I have done into the first sheet, delta E delta T by T h cross by 2. Here E क्या होता है, what is the energy of any particle? mc square. Energy in relativity is mc square. T कितना होगा? How much time whenever particle is thrown, what will be the time of interaction? Energy whenever the particle is thrown, net uncertainty in the energy will be what? Delta E कितना होगा? Whatever the mass of the exchange particle, mass of the exchange particle, m pi कह दिया मैंने, m pi c square. Uncertainty the energy cannot be more than that whenever the particles are being exchanged, and due to exchange only range is created. So time, how much time this interaction will take place, will last. What is the maximum discrepancy in the energy? It is the energy of the particles. This time will be range upon velocity of particles. They are extremely low mass particles. अभी देखेंगे कि मास आ जाएगा about mass of electrons. They are traveling with almost velocity is equal to velocity of light. यही हमने लिया था. अगर यहाँ पर h क्रॉस ले लेंगे तो इसको v by 2 ले देंगे. अगर यहाँ ऑर्डर को h क्रॉस ले लेंगे तो वेलोसिटी को v by 2 ले सकते हैं, सॉरी c by 2 ले सकते हैं इस वेलोसिटी को. अदरवाइज फार्मूला हर जगह यहाँ पर h क्रॉस by 2 rc आएगा, ध्यान रखना. So whether if I take the velocity is equal to c, then I can take the range h cross by 2. Otherwise I would have taken the velocity as c by 2. Velocity को c by 2 ले लूँ तो यहाँ पर इक्वलिटी लगा दूंगा, ऑर्डर इज h क्रॉस. सो आई एम गोइंग टू फिक्स अप द मास. ये हो गया m pi c स्क्वायर r by c is greater than h cross by 2. Mass of the exchange particle is fixed, whatever my expectation according to that. h cross by 2 rc. Mass of the exchange particle turns out to be h cross by 2 rc. किसी भी तरीके से करिए इसको, चाहे इसको h cross और c by 2 लिख के कर दीजिए. एक रास्ता ये भी था कि मैं I would have done it. Delta E delta T is of the order of h cross. It is m by c square h cross by क्या r by c by 2 करता मैं इसको h क्रॉस लगाता, सॉरी ये c से c कट गया आपको. m pi must have been h क्रॉस by 2rc. हर तरीके से वही आएगा, किसी भी तरीके से लिख लीजिए. चाहे वेलोसिटी को आप c by 2 करके चलिए, देन उस ऑर्डर को h क्रॉस लगा दीजिए. मास विच हैज फिक्स्ड अप वाच आर्थर बीजर्स बुक हैज फिक्स्ड अप लाइक दिस. मालूम पड़ गया भाई, मालूम पड़ गया आपको. यही करना है, देयर इज नो अदर कैलकुलेशन. आई हैव जस्ट एक्सप्लेन दैट. Mass of the particle, exchange particle turns out to be, that was the question asked in the sheet number 1 also. That is the original calculation done by h cross by 2r. ठीक है भाई, r is known to you, whether it is pi plus or pi minus, both the particles are of the same mass. क्योंकि same kind of force, they are explaining only the force between neutron and proton. Pi plus and pi minus have been proposed to explain force between neutron and proton, attractive force. That is why p plus p minus, pi plus and pi minus are explaining. Attractive force is explained only by assuming that pi plus and pi minus. Short range is to be explained by taking the mass. Range is known to you. Range is known to you. I would have said mass of the particle is this. Calculate कर लीजिए. Range of the interaction is 1.7 Fermi. Find out the mass of the exchange particle. I say this much mass. These particles are having this mass. Whatever m pi. Whenever these masses, particles of pi plus and pi minus charges are exchanged, then they give rise to range of 1.7 Fermi. Good. Vice versa, I would have said. Whenever these particles are discovered 30 years later, they are observed to be of the same masses. Whatever is predicted by the Yukawa's theory. Whatever the masses have been predicted, m pi कैसे आ गया? ऐसे ही हम रेंज लिख देंगे pi 0 का h cross upon 2r dash. Pi 0 was what? Pi 0 was exchange between neutron and neutron. Then the range I would have got h cross by 2r dash. See, 1 is 2.2 Fermi, other one is this. Accordingly, I have fixed up the masses. These masses are lying between 235 times. इनके जो m pi हैं, they are lying between 230 times mass of electron to 270 times mass of electron. आप रेंज कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. From this I have given their masses. They are standard masses of pi plus and pi minus mesons. That is how Yukawa explained the attractive nature of the force due to exchange of pi plus minus mesons. Explained their short range, and definitely these were the capable to keep them together. It was able to explain the why protons are together. Between protons there is a Coulomb repulsion force. When surrounded by positive charge cloud and neutron is surrounded by negative charge cloud, strong force is arising. So that is how by all the 3 points of strong nuclear force was explained by Yukawa's meson theory. So that lays down the foundation of exchange forces. How does the exchange force explain this? So these were the masses that was then. These particles were discovered 30 years later in 1960s. 1950s, 56, 57, pi plus and pi minus were discovered. They were discovered with the same property whatever Yukawa has explained. So origin of strong force is clear. How Yukawa explains the meson theory, nothing more than that is required. Feynman diagram I have explained. Check the Feynman diagram from the whatever book they have given. If your book has not given, then I cannot help anything. S.B. Patel's book has given the Feynman diagram. Here I expect that Feynman diagram has to be made. Minimum expectation at this level of the course is that Feynman's diagram is the minimum explanation which I explained by the Yukawa's theory. So if your textbook has not given Feynman's diagram, I cannot help. You have to locate. मैंने बना के दिखा दिया है what is the Feynman diagram. So I have successfully explained what is how the force originates between neutron and neutron, proton and proton, neutron and proton, attractive force, short range force, so on and so. These are the only properties which have been explained by